Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me today and tuning in. My name is Mallory Mojan. I'm a staff writer and do the marketing here at Email and Acid. This webinar, as you can see, is all about why responsive design is important for your marketing and in turn your business. So responsive design probably isn't a totally new concept to you, but maybe you just came on this webinar to, kind of absorb the information needed to pitch why it's a necessity in your mailing strategy to your higher ups or your clients or whatever that may be. But during this presentation, you're going to get lots of good information regarding mobile stats, how we interact with our emails, what responsive design is, and why, along with some 3 solid case studies showing how it can impact your bottom line. So before we dig into some case studies looking at how going responsive improved companies' ROI with their email marketing, let's go over some general stats to see how we are using our smartphones and consuming email today. So we're living in the age of mobile devices. I personally don't go anywhere, without my phone, and it's hard for me to even remember a time when social networks, news, emails, tweets, vines, posts weren't all at our fingertips. The chart you're looking at right here is from IDC and Facebook, and it's ranking the most popular smartphone activities. And as you can see, surprise, guess what comes in at number 1? The most popular activity on smartphone is email at 78%. So, that just kind of sheds a light on, we use our email on our phone more than we even use like maps for directions. So that's pretty crazy. It's just, we're always connected everywhere we go, and that includes email, whether it be B2B or B2C. It's just always constantly in people's hands at their fingertips. So I could go on for days listing mobile marketing stats and how important it is and all of that, but I handpicked, shall I say, 3 of my favorite stats, just kind of showing the impact of why you should have responsive design today. As you can see from Adestra, we're almost at the tipping point where more people are opening their email on mobile than anywhere else right now, or any other environment. Right now, 45% of email opens occurred on mobile. That's pretty crazy, and I think we can only see that number rise in the future. And people just aren't only opening their emails and scanning over them while they're on their mobile devices. They're actually interacting with them, clicking on them, and all of that. As you can see, mobile received 39% of unique clicks, with 9% from tablets and 61% from all desktops. So again, kind of a startling fact about how much we're interacting with email on the go. And then the last one is that 75% of smartphone users delete emails they can't read, aka non-responsive emails that look bad on mobile devices, emails that they would have to, pinch their screen to be able to read it. So it's very important. So right here, I just, am giving you a quick example of the difference between a responsive and non-responsive email. On the left, we have a responsive template. On the right, we have a non-responsive. You can easily absorb the information and read the information and scan it. In the one on the left, the one on the right, you would have to be doing a lot of pinch and zoom to be able to consume that information, which isn't great. I'm sure would frustrate the user and is probably part of the 75% statistic from opt-in that we just talked about them deleting it if it doesn't look good. So before we actually discuss why in regards to responsive design, I want to give a brief overview of the concept behind responsive design and how to implement it. Responsive email design is an approach aimed at providing an optimal viewing experience wherever you're reading the email. So this means easy reading and navigation across a wide range of devices, from desktop computer monitors when you're checking your business email, all the way to mobile phones when you're getting that cool 25% off Loft email. So in email, responsive design is achieved through the use of what we call media queries or fluid design. These media queries are a special set of CSS styles. These styles act like dynamic rules, detecting the screen size of a device. Once it detects the screen size, it activates different set of rules so the email fits said screen size that you're actually viewing it on. So what we're looking at right here is a screenshot I took from Campaign Monitor. Which devices can you use your responsive design for? This is by no means an exhaustive list, but it documents a list of mobile clients and their support for media queries. As you can see, all email clients are not made equal. So if the email client, like Microsoft Windows Phone 7, doesn't support media queries, some of your responsive techniques will not work in these clients, unfortunately. It's just the way the cookie crumbles for that. But after talking about media queries and style sheets and all that jargon, you may be asking, so isn't this going to take tons of time to make a responsive email template? The answer is no. It's actually faster to build a responsive email than an email from a traditional template, from a traditional HTML template, that is. Marketing Land did some research on this, and they laid out that responsive emails are based off of one predefined template for all screen sizes. So because of this, you can avoid creating a unique version for each device. On top of that, responsive emails with saved content area layouts utilize existing HTML, which is how it allows for only editing a few lines of script. This streamlines your QA process because it eliminates certain HTML specific code that would typically have to be reviewed if using a traditional template. Finally, responsive emails also have a more structured and a more predefined traditional and are more predefined than the traditional template. Because of this predefined template and more structure surrounding it, it saves time in both design and building. Now, if all that information wasn't enough to convince you of why you'd want to use responsive design in your mailing, let's get into some case studies showing how it can positively affect your mailing efforts. So the first one we're going to talk about is Chalk and Pixel teaming up with AutoTrader. So if you're not familiar, AutoTrader is an online marketplace for car shoppers and sellers. They were sending out a monthly newsletter to over 250,000 subscribers in the UK. With integrated analytics, they noticed that over 40% of their email opens occurred on mobile devices, but their template wasn't responsive, so that wasn't fantastic. Only 60% of their audience was, really seeing their email optimized and viewing it as such. So because of this, they knew they needed some help to get it mobile friendly. So they recruited the full service digital agency Chalk and Pixel and coded and designed a new template from scratch. The new design that Chalk and Pixel made actually utilizes several tactics, including pre-header text, CSS-based buttons, and styled alt text that improves the overall look and feel. So this is a quick preview of the new layout on a couple different mobile devices. And as we can see, from this change, from this redesign to mobile-friendly template, there was improved metrics and engagement. So when they compared the email metrics across the board to their previous month's newsletter that was unresponsive, they saw a 20% increase in opens, 45% increase in engagement, and a 134% increase in click-throughs. So that's pretty impressive, and I'm sure after looking at these stats, they knew the redesign was well worth, the money they paid up front to do that. Now we're going to look at Crocs teaming up with DEG Digital for a new improved mobile-friendly email. So the hospitality and travel industries were some of the first industries to adapt responsive design into their mailing. Um, One industry that's been a little sluggish is retail, but Crocs turned that around when they teamed up with DEG Digital to create a responsive email. So what this agency did was they created a mobile-friendly design and a static desktop version of Crocs promotional email, and then ran a 50-50 split test to see which layout had the best response. So after they ran the test on these two versions, the responsive beat the static version by a landslide, 7.66% increase in click-through rate. The iPhone read engagement had a 15% lift, and the mobile read engagement had an overall 8.82% lift. And just to clarify, read is a term regarding the length of time someone has your email opened that we can actually track with our email analytics software. The time we define as a read is someone who has an email opened for 8 seconds or more. Now for our last case study, it's looking at stream companies teaming up with Montgomeryville Nissan dealership. So stream companies actually had been implementing Montgomeryville Nissan's email marketing since 2007, and stream companies was actually integrating our analytics into their mailings, and they found out that 41% of the Nissan subscribers were actually reading the dealership's emails on mobile devices. So Stream had already made Montgomeryville Nissan a very successful, beautiful template that they already really liked. So what Stream did was they leveraged the pre-existing template and updated it with the proper code to make it mobile friendly. Their new layout that they made, as you can see here, adapted to all different screen sizes with the flexibility to, expand and collapse content wherever and whenever, just so the on-the-go reader could read it in a one-column layout if they didn't want the three, etc. So as we see responsive reigns victorious again, the mobile optimization yielded an impressive surge in opens and clicks in all three of the tests that they ran. And this just, lets Montgomeryville Nissan dealership take advantage of all the subscribers they have on there and reach every reader to the best of their ability. So I hope all this information that I've shown to you was very helpful, and perhaps you can, take this information, write it down, present it to the higher ups to prove that the time to go responsive is right now. Already half of your audience is reading email on their phone, and I truly believe that that number is just going to continue to grow more and more and more. So now that I've showed you why responsive, I'm going to share with you some resources to help you implement this strategy moving forward. Don't want to leave you high and dry after I, just pressed in that go responsive, go responsive. So here's some stuff that will help you do that. So first off, I wanted to show you our free responsive email template. You can actually find it on our blog. We've tested this template across 70 plus email clients, desktops, devices, and we've done this in our self-serve email testing platform. If you follow this URL right here, pasted in your web browser, you will get access to our template. Just hit the download button. So this particular template offers 3 different layouts, which trigger, based on the width of the screen, like we were talking about with media queries. And it converts to a 1-column layout on your mobile just for easy reading. So again, just go to this URL and you'll be able to get access to it right away. It's also super simple to customize. Just go into the HTML and brand it for your own business purposes. The next resource is we have actually created a 7-step responsive design tutorial for you. We took a template from 99 Designs that was unresponsive, and we just go and in 7 steps, we insert the proper code and do all the tests to make it mobile friendly. So again, visit this URL and you'll be able to get it. It's right on our blog, and we have it all laid out there for you with the code samples and everything, so you can just copy and paste it and put it into your HTML. And then the last resource that I wanted to talk about is you can access our self-serve email testing platform free for 7 days, unlimited testing. So that's pretty awesome. So if you're trying to test out your new responsive template, or you buy a new one and edit it and want to make sure it looks great, you can use us, 7 days free. There's no contracts, no cancellation fees. You only have to pay once those 7 days are up. And if you want to cancel any time before then, you definitely can. It is www.emailonacid.com/sign up. It's easy as that. And you get unlimited testing. You also get advanced email analytics, spam testing, all that great stuff, design inspiration where you can check out your competitors' emails, just a whole ton of stuff. So you should really check it out if you want to make sure that your email is looking fantastic everywhere. So that's it for the presentation, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm always willing to help out, and so is my support staff. So if you have any questions at all, give us a shout at hello@emailonacid.com. Again, that's hello@emailonacid.com, and we'd be happy to help. Hope you all have a great day.